fully loaded barbecue chicken stuffed sweet potatoes. Hey everybody, my name's Ben and I'm a member of Rachel's culinary team. And I don't know about you, but I've never met anyone who doesn't love a loaded baked potato. You've got bacon, you've got cheese, you've got sour cream, it's everything that's good in the world, and it's stuffed in probably one of everyone's favorite things in the world, a potato. I'm gonna try and do you one better. I'm gonna do my fully loaded barbecue chicken stuffed sweet potatoes. So to start, I'm poking holes with a fork all over the sweet potato. You don't have to go very deep, just a couple good holes all the way around with a fork. And then I'm gonna season these up really simply with some olive oil and salt and pepper. And you wanna leave the skin on your sweet potatoes. They have such good nutrients. So these are gonna go in a 400-degree oven, 50 to 60 minutes. So I've got a couple pieces of leftover chicken that I had for dinner the other night. And into my bowl, I'm just gonna shred these into bite-sized pieces. And now, let's talk barbecue sauce. Do not, I repeat, do not be stingy with the barbecue sauce. You don't want this to be dry. And now, the sweet potatoes. You wanna make an incision that goes right down the middle. You don't wanna go all the way to the bottom, and you don't wanna go all the way to the ends. And from there, it should be easy enough just to pry them open. You want to try and leave as much of the skin intact as possible. I like to mash the insides with a fork. I think it kind of loosens up everything that's inside, and it also creates a really nice bed and some nooks and crannies for all the sauce to seep into. I've got some nice pockets now that I'm gonna fill with all of this barbecue chicken. All right, so I have these beasts of sweet potatoes and they are loaded. What's missing? Cheese. I'm gonna go pretty classic today and just use some sharp cheddar. If you don't wanna use sharp cheddar, you could use white cheddar, you could use Gruyere, you could use Swiss. You really want something that's gonna lend another element of flavor. I'm gonna pop these back into the 400-degree oven until the cheese is nice and gooey and melty and delicious. When I think barbecue, I always think coleslaw. I happen to have half of a head of cabbage. It's the perfect base for coleslaw. And I like my cabbage kind of finely shredded. And I'm gonna use a carrot. Carrot's gonna add some nice color, nice sweetness to contrast the sweetness in the potato. And I happen to have some green onions left over. I like green onions in coleslaw. The thinly sliced whites had a nice, mild, sweet onion flavor. All right, so let's talk mayonnaise. I'm just gonna start with 2 little globes, let's say. And also I'm gonna grab some apple cider vinegar. You just need some kind of acidity to cut through the mayonnaise and give a nice bright flavor to the dressing. And of course, salt and pepper. And I go a little heavy on the black pepper because I think it's really good in coleslaw. So we're just gonna give this a little mix. Everything is lightly coated in the mayonnaise. You don't want it to be super gloopy. It's so crispy, it's gonna be the perfect complement on top of the sweet potato. Alrighty, so my sweet potatoes have been in the oven for about 15 minutes. Oh boy, we're not stopping now, not skimping on the slaw. I'm gonna slice up the green onion tops. We're gonna use those as extra garnish. That is everything good about barbecue on a bed of sweet mashed sweet potato.